Look how big he's getting. Look how big this bundle of joy getting who just peed on the carpet right there. It's like anytime he comes upstairs, it's like he just has to pee. It's like it's something in fashion now, huh? So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be doing a video of Venus in the 5th house of your Dashamsha chart, as in what happens when Venus is in the 5th house of your D10 Dashamsha, which is a chart related to your obligation to society. It's a career, who you really are in the world. And as always, if you do not know, if you have this particular position, what sign it's in, what nakshatra it's in, and all your astrological details, check out the links here, not here, there, along with my consultations and link to my academy, Vedic Astrology Academy, and my book, Nakshatras at the Speed of Light, right? Nakshatras at the speed of light. You little bunty. You little cute little puppy. It's too cute. I'm sorry, it's just too cute. Too cute. I can just sit here for like an hour and just have him with me, and y'all will still watch me. Y'all not leaving anywhere. You're still watching me, right? Because he's the star of the show. He's the star of the show. This poopy pants. This poopy pants. Should we start the video? Or do you want to look at him more? Huh? You want to look at him more? Okay, go. We got to start the video, bro. So with Venus in the 5th house, okay, of your Dashamsha chart. 5th house, as you know, represents subordinates, people who work under you. 5th house represents change of jobs. Okay. 5th house also represents the creativity that you use in your career. Because you got to understand, if someone says, I'm not creative, that's not true. Every single person is creative at one point or another in their life, whether it's to deal with children, work, marriage, passion, anything. The creativity is always there. People just always think of creativity as just arts and painting and drawing and acting. But sometimes, if you're doing some IT project, you have to think in a creative way to do something. Suddenly you figure something out. And you're like, why am I not doing this? I should be doing it this way. And look, this way I can, finish it quicker and faster. Well, that's creative, that creativity that you use to get to a certain point. So when Venus in the 5th house, one thing you will see is that either when you are in a relationship or when you especially are in a relationship with a person you will eventually marry, you will see a sudden shift in your career will happen. Sudden dramatic change in career will happen with Venus in the 5th house. And the other thing that you also see, after the birth of your first child, you will move away from, you will shift to a different place in your career. And especially, you will always have either very feminine or female subordinates under you. Then, especially people who will appreciate your work, follow your work, will be mostly females. And the other thing we also see that this person cannot stand becoming part of some organization, some committee, some kind of, even whether it's activism or something else, they do not like to be bound by some group. This is the particular Venus that will take a person's interest away in anything that is done in a group setting. They want to be independent. They want to be critical thinkers. They want to be away from what the world is doing. Because you got to understand, Venus is a Daitya Guru, the Guru of the Asuras. Asuras are the people who are very high-techy in nature. They look at science versus God. They'll be the ones eating meat, smoking, drinking, carousing. And so, especially in this day and age, which is a normalcy, it is the grip of time. It is the gear of the time right now, the way it's going. So usually you will see under this individual, mostly ascetic-like people will appreciate them, will want to follow them, would want to be having to work underneath them. Like if you notice, if you have this particular planet and you have a person who's extremely sattvic, non-veg, doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, very pure in nature, most likely they will not last under you. They will either be shifted to a different department, or they will quit, or they will just simply, will not get along with you. And this is something regardless of the sign of the Venus. And one of the things we also see with Venus is, yes, they have a lot of competition, jealousy. Okay. They attract a lot of people who are jealous, but also a lot of stalkers in their life comes in. People who get kind of like magnetized and memorized by the work that they're doing. And this can only happen in a rare instances, usually when a person is like a public figure. Stalks them, kind of like, what's that movie of Michael Douglas? A Fatal Attraction kind of thing can occur. And the other thing we also see with this particular Venus is that they will always gain through birth of children and marriage. Fulfillment of desires will happen in their career through marriage and birth of children. Now, I'm not saying it's not going to happen if these things don't happen, because again, there's so many other placements that could be triggering something else. But if you're just looking at Venus, what is Venus doing? This is what it's doing. Okay. So anyway, guys, this was my analysis of Venus in the 5th house of your Dashamsha chart. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below. And if you want to know where your Venus is placed, all your astrological details for that, check out the links here. Otherwise, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.